Hi guys, welcome back. Oh, I feel like I have not sat in front of my camera and filmed something where I'm actually talking in the longest time. I've kind of forgotten how to do it. I'm a little bit awkward. Awkwarder than usual, I should say, because I'm pretty much always awkward. I have been sitting trying to think of some stories to tell all of you from my childhood. But here's the thing. I have a killer repressed memories, so unless something happened really recently or I have something to trigger the memories, it's a steel trap. Luckily though, I was at work the other day sitting at my co-worker's desk and I misjudged the distance from her desk to my nose and headbutted it. My co-worker said that was probably the stupidest thing she's ever seen, to which I replied, if only you knew. 1 second. Sorry about that guys, I got cut off by some special guests that have decided to join us, and now I'm going to put this out there and say I think I probably am the queen of self-inflicted dumb injuries. If I had to put them all in one video, this would be longer than Harry Potter movies, all 7. All of them. Yeah, 7. No? 6 books, 7, 8 movies? I should know this. Philosopher's Chamber. 7 movies, 8 books. Yeah, 7 books, 8 movies. I got there. Why does this happen every time? Anyway, if I had to put these all in one video, they would be longer than the entire Harry Potter series. So I thought I would just tell you 2 of... No, not even the dumbest, just 2. So the first story happened when I was in year 10, so I would have been about 16 years old. And I fractured my hand. Just a tiny little one on the bone. The injury itself or how it occurred was like dumb, but I think it was the after effects that just really seals the deal of whatever you want to call it, I don't even know. So there was a boy, who I will not name. I'll call him A. Sure, we'll go with A. And we were playing the slap game. I don't really know if that's like a game. Basically, you kind of held the hand of the other person in your less dominant hand, and with your dominant hand, you played rock, paper, scissors. The winner would slap the loser's hand as hard as possible, and then you won the game by being the last person to pull away and say, "Don't slap my hand anymore." Although, as I have said in my 50 randoms facts, you should never challenge me. So this boy and I had some history, we're going to call it. And one day we were playing and there was no way on earth, there was nothing that was going to make me pull away and say, "Do not slap my hand anymore." I did not care what happened. My hand was red. It was swollen. It killed. And we just kept slapping harder and harder and harder until the bell rang. I'm going to guess from my memory, we probably played this game for like a solid 40 minutes of just having your hand slapped. So I got to homeroom and my hand just kind of kept getting bigger and bigger and purple and bigger and purple. To the point where I was like, yeah, something is wrong. Went to the sick bay and they called my dad who had to come and pick me up from school before the first class of the day had even started to take me to the hospital to get my hand scanned. Here is another thing though. I didn't want A to get into trouble, because snitches get stitches or something like that. I think in my head it was like, no, we were challenging it. I knew what I was getting myself into. I'm not getting him in trouble. So we get to the doctors, and of course the doctors want to know how I hurt my hand. was like one of my smartest moments. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was just dumb. My thought process was, if I told a story that was so ridiculous and was so embarrassing and made me look so stupid that no one would question it, because why would I tell a story that made myself look bad? So I told the doctor and my dad that we were playing a game in homeroom where we had to spin around a lot of times and then walk through an obstacle course of chairs that we had set up to see if you would fall over or not. I don't know why in my head that was a good explanation of how I hurt my hand, because I told them that it was my turn and I was spinning, and as I was spinning my hand came away from my body and hit the brick wall behind me. That was my genius cover of how I hurt my hand. Funnily enough though, it worked. They laughed at me. I think my dad called me an idiot. Can't really be sure. But none of them assumed it was a lie. After they checked it out, said, no, you don't need it in plaster, just don't hit any more brick walls. My dad took me back to school where I got to tell everyone, not only did this boy crack my bone in my hand, but that I told the doctor I hit a brick wall by spinning around too many times in homeroom. To this day, I have not told my mum, my dad, like I've told nobody except for the people that were at school with me the truth of how I cracked my hand. And now they're probably going to watch this video and know. So I'm sorry, Mum and Dad, I didn't hit a brick wall. I hit a boy and a boy hit me for 40 minutes. Ding! So my second story is actually... I'm sorry, I have a dog. So my second story is actually more ridiculous, less believable, and also features a brick wall. So there's that. If it helps though, this time I was only about 12 years old. Which does not make it any better. So in primary school I was bullied. That's not the story, just you need to know that to know the story. So I was bullied in primary school. They used to call me walking talking dictionary. It was very horrifying. It was traumatic, that nickname. If only I knew now what I knew then, because walking talking dictionary, yes please, I wish people thought I was that smart still. I just got off track with it. So I was entering high school, and the whole month leading up to me starting high school, my two older sisters were telling me horror stories about what was awaiting for me. They told me that girls used to wait in the bathroom and would give year 7s wet willies with lipsticks because they never wanted to stick their fingers, but like they would stick lipsticks, that they would go through our lockers. Oh, just... Okay, maybe I don't really remember what they told me, but I definitely remember the wet willies with lipsticks, because that was the most horrifying, horrific thought ever. So I was petrified. I didn't even want to go to high school. I wanted to just stay home, but Mum wouldn't let me. So we were shopping for school books, and we were just finishing. So it was my brother, I think my two sisters, and I were at the car, and we were talking about entering high school, and I was telling my brother how terrified I was about getting a lipstick willy, like, so just... weird phrasing. I was thinking of the penis-shaped lipsticks that they now have. No, I wasn't scared of them. I was scared of getting a lipstick in the ear. Yeah, okay. Moving on now. So my brother was telling me about, hey, do you want to know how you don't get bullied in high school? I thought I had hit the jackpot. So he told me what you need to do is you need to march into school on the first day and you need to show everybody how tough you are and how you're not scared of anything. How you don't feel pain, how you don't care what they do because you're tougher than them. As a little kid, 11 years old, I mean, it's my big brother. Who isn't going to listen to their big brother at 11 years old? So naturally, I was like, how do you show everybody that you don't feel pain? And he told me, well, Alison, you need to headbutt a brick wall. It was about at that line, I started laughing and rolling my eyes. And he said, no, you have to headbutt a brick wall and then show no pain. Like, don't cry, don't say ouch, don't go to the sick bay. Like, no pain. You've just got to headbutt a brick wall and walk off like a boss. I remember questioning him like, but it's going to hurt. And he said, yes, but you just have to pretend like it doesn't. Like, you've got to act tough. It was at that point he noticed we were kind of near an alleyway where there was a brick wall. If anyone else sees where this story is going, yes. He said, hey, you should practice here before you do it in front of everybody because you might feel pain and you might react. So I walked over to the brick wall, and I don't even think he realised how much I believed him, and I don't think he realised that I was about to headbutt this brick wall. I think he thought I was joking until I put my head all the way back and as hard as I could at 11 years old, headbutted a brick wall. Just headbutted a brick wall. Naturally, it hurt a lot. So I was crying, and I didn't feel good, and I was crying, and I remember Jamie being like, come on, act tough, act tough. Looking back, I think he was just trying to get me to stop crying before my mum came out from the bookstore. So I tried to act really tough, and I was crying. So Mum came out and was like, what's wrong? Nothing. My brother wasn't going to dob himself in, so he said, oh, I don't know, she's fine. And I was, until about 10 minutes later when I started vomiting and had an instant migraine. I suffer from migraines as it is, but headbutting a brick wall will give you one of the worst migraines you've ever experienced. It may also give you a concussion. Also, if you headbutt a brick wall in front of people at school, no one's going to think you're tough. I mean, I didn't ever headbutt a brick wall in front of people that I went to school with, but I'm going to assume that they're not going to think you're tough. And I think it was my brother who ended up confessing to my mum, because my mum was like, why does Alison have a headache? And my brother's like, oh yeah, headbutted a brick wall. Not as climactic as I thought it would be. But there you go. Alright guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed. I will definitely have to be filming some more videos. These are definitely not the only two dumb injuries I've gotten. You guys have no idea how dumb I can be. And that is after me telling you that I willingly headbutted a brick wall. Anyway, if you did like this video, please leave a like down below because it makes me happy, no other reason. And if you like me but you didn't like this video, stick around because you never know what I'm going to do next week. Because I don't know yet. I headbutted a brick wall, there's lasting damage.